Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Martin. I'm the creator of Spacecraft. Here is Game Dev Garage. In this channel, I'm making game development tutorials. I have a lot of tutorials about Cocos Creator, and I will be sharing more information about my current and future projects. And I am developing a framework to use on my future projects, and I will be sharing some info about that, and maybe we can chat about coding and being a game developer, being an indie developer, and especially in this video I want to talk about my own journey, how I managed to 80% complete a game project without having any money or spending any money on that project and on my spare time. So before we started, I just want to share you projects that I'm working on it. So here is Spacecraft. You can get the link in the description. This is my 2D physics-based space game and made in 100% Cocos Creator, and especially very old version of Cocos Creator. I think it's 1.9.3. So it's quite interesting game if you just want to go and test it. I have a demo available here, and please add to your wishlist to get notification when I release the game. So please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to get open the notifications. And if you like the content of this video, please consider liking the video, because it helps to reach more people for me and to support my project. And the next project is Helcom. Helcom is really great 1 to 4 player co-op roguelite shooter game based on a zombie horde concept. We also have demo released for this game, and please add to your wishlist and get notification when game released. We are probably will be releasing this game in most probably in 4 or 6 months, I guess, because we already done the hard part of this game, making something multiplayer. It was something new for us, and the other game, actually many parts of this game already designed and ready to made. We just have to implement it and make graphics and put together. We have a lot of different mods in the game, not available in the demo, but it will be available when we release this game. Okay, that's enough. So just remember, you can get the links in the description of this video. Okay, so let me show you the framework I'm working on. This is a framework that helped me to manage everything inside a game. Just let me quickly describe what happens here. So I have a scene control which enables my game to be to handle an open world design. So I can have multiple scenes, and scenes are automatically loaded when we get close to edge of the scene. And I have character control, I have inventory system, I have actually I think I have everything necessary for an isometric RPG game. Actually, we can pivot it to maybe third-person game, or maybe we can even make it a first-person game, but mostly we are going to be preferring isometric, because in isometric game camera looks top-down. May not be perfectly isometric, but we can call it top-down isometric-like game. So you don't have to model everything in very high detail. So think about, if you are a first-person player, you are going to be looking from this perspective, and you can go very close to objects. So you need to design everything could be looked very close distance, but in isometric game or a top-down game, you don't have to go that much in detail for your project. So that's a very simple info for you. Okay, so let me show you the action in the game. Hopefully it works, because I was just coding before this live session. Hopefully it works. Yeah. Okay, this is our main character. I can use inventory by hitting tab. I can grab items by clicking right mouse button, and I can use items by hitting right mouse button. Left mouse button is for attacking. I have ragdoll feature, obviously. Of course, some animations need to be fixed, but it's just a demonstration, no problem. So let me show you the weapon mechanic. Bam. I can shoot and hit things. So I can grab things and throw, or grab and just drop here. Maybe I can move objects. Actually, this is a physics based system, so I'll be using many physics based puzzles or things. After that, I have an NPC control system which has an behavior tree AI on it, something like this. So we can define different kind of AI behaviors inside this tree. For example, here in this logic, it will just go and collect collectible items. I will enable it to just show you how it works. Okay, yeah, NPC goes and collects objects one by one. This is the basic logic in the behavior tree. Okay. This week I will be merging the code base with the actual game art. This is a character from our game art package. This is 100% unique design. There is nothing ready made. So this is our superhero character, and I will just show you a little glimpse about the game graphics. This is not just launched or showed game in the media, but I can share with you just a little small part of our graphics. Yeah, so this is going to be our super cool environment. So these images just for this live session. The game is not released or not lanced in any media, so top secret, okay? Don't share with anybody. Okay. Yeah, these are projects we are working on, and I'm working on especially coding and system design of these projects. So maybe we can just talk about some other topics. So I will just let me just open some background from our games, and let's just chat. So topic of this live stream was how I managed to reach some very final points of a project, even if I didn't have any resources actually. So when I first started to make spacecraft, actually I was working in my own creative studio. We were shooting advertisements, making some 3D animations, some After Effects jobs or some visual effects jobs. And actually we were just I think I am getting by, but it wasn't enough to support that kind of project economically, financially. So at some point I find myself I'm working very hard and earning money and spending that money to live, and working harder and earning some more money, but still spending most of the money for living. And in that way I wouldn't be able to buy a car or buy a home for myself. So it looked like an endless loop for me. So I just started to think about how can I have a passive income. So passive income is very, very important thing. Maybe we can a little describe it. Most of you already know, but I just want to describe it in my mind. So passive income means that when you are sleeping, it earns money for you. For example, if you just make a tutorial like I did in YouTube, in this channel, when you sleep, that tutorial can teach someone to make something, and maybe if it's hit enough, it can earn money for you. For example, you can get ad revenue from that video. Or maybe if you prepare a Udemy course, and if people buy that course, even if you are sleeping, that thing can earn money for you. So as I was a creative director at my own studio, I considered giving a chance to stock video and stock After Effects template thing. So I recorded maybe 50 or maybe more than 50, 80 videos, stock videos, and made several After Effects templates. Since I was already expert on After Effects, I tried to sell them on some online stores that suits for stock media, stock video and After Effects templates. So it worked a little bit, but I thought that someone has a good camera and a little director eye can go and record stock videos, and it is very competitive. In that kind of job, if it's not that much hard, it would be competition would be high in that subject. So I decided to try making games and try to have some passive income from games. The spacecraft project started with that way. So, and there was a problem about spending enough time on a project during that days, because I was already working on my own job to live, and actually I didn't have enough time to support a project, that kind of project. So I made a hard decision, and I had to do that, or I just have to live as what I was before. And I decided to do something to change my life. And I went to office early and come to home very late hours. Sometimes I worked at home and brought my computer to home and worked for late nights. And somehow I was able to manage to get uh, um, I think 1000 hours in actually I'm not sure 100% about hours. Actually I recorded that, but I'm sure I got enough to compare for 1 year work hour. I mean that if you go to work and spend 5 days at work and work 8 hours a day, let's just calculate it. 8 hours multiplied by 5, this is 40 hours a week. And if you worked for maybe 40 weeks, that means 1600 hours. Okay, so I'm sure I was able to get 1600 hours in 2 years. So that means in 2 years I worked that much hard to get extra 1 year, one work year. Okay, one work year is really huge thing. Actually, if you spare a little time, and if you may not that much little, yeah, you have to spend really serious time about it. But if you are really a hard situation and you have to do something, you will find a way to do that. Okay, so if I was able to make this game in that really tough times, really hard times, 95% of you would be able to do that. Okay, if I did it, you would be able to do that, because it was really hard for me. So I just started to make this game. Especially in the beginning, I just wanted to start the game, start the coding and designing the game itself, because I didn't have this time to spend to learning C# or learning Unity or something. I just web developer, web dev experience, had experience on web design, and I knew JavaScript, so I searched for JavaScript supported engine, and I found Cocos Creator, and I just started with Cocos Creator right away. And I think in 1 month, 1 or 2 months, I get really great results. Maybe I can show you some examples from my Instagram, because it's like a history book for me for spacecrafts. Just let me show you. Whoop, where is it? I need to switch accounts to spacecraft. Yeah. Oops. I can't believe it. I cannot get into my account. Whoa. Okay, forget it. It'll take time. Let's just don't spend time on that. Okay. So I just I started with very simple, very simple prototype of this game, and 1 second. I think I got the message. Sorry guys, actually it was already open, but somehow Facebook decided to shoot me out. You know, Facebook. Okay. Finally. Yeah, I will just scroll down until the end. I just started with very simple idea, just a spaceship flies in the space, and especially you can just see from here, we don't have gravity in space and we just float around, and very extremely simple mechanics. Then I just added several small features to that game, the spaceship, like having a docking arm in front of the spaceship and a rope in the back of the spaceship. So I was able to just move items in space with the docking arm or the rope, and I can lift objects from planet surface with rope, and I can put things with the docking arm. Yeah, this is the first screenshot I shared. Extremely simple, mostly just got from just random images got from internet, and I think this is the first videos, one of the first videos. Yeah. Yeah, very simple. So I just started with that and added some features in during the development, and we reached the current stage of this game. Actually, I think it's a really well developed game, right? Just write that. I mean that just at the moment, and the game just needs some marketing and some polishing on it. Actually, I just want to go to another topic. So yeah, my first motivation point was just having a passive income with a game, and after that I just encountered some other people, and we established a gaming company. We worked together and made some hyper casual games, and things got better in time. And now I have enough time to spend on this project, and I will complete it hopefully in a few months. So the other important thing I want to talk about is you have to choose a project that motivates you. For example, this game is a space game, and it has very simple mechanics, very simple controls, but if you just try it, it's not super easy to control a spaceship. Actually, controls are very simple, but it's not easy to control a spaceship. It's a little complicated, not easy to describe. But if you fly a drone, a little quadcopter, it's very similar to flying this spaceship. So I was already flying drones as hobby, and I really like to fly a spaceship like this way. And I was already a big fan of space, and I just wanted to make a space game, because if I were started with some kind of platformer or some kind of puzzle game, most probably the project wouldn't be reach that stage, because that kind of situation, the fortune of these projects based on your motivation. If you think about, if you are working on a company and if you have a boss directing you, or a manager is asking you about projects, so you probably just work on that project and finish it. But if nobody is just controlling you, and if it's between you and your decision, it is very important to have some momentum on that project. If project gets slower or stuck at some point, if you just don't move fast enough, don't develop fast enough, if you cannot see the development, the result of the development, probably you will cancel that project at some point. So it's very important to choose the right project, especially if you are not working in a company. If you want to have your own project and complete it by yourself or with a small team, the momentum is very important in my experience. So I had enough momentum to reach that point. Even after 5 years, I want to complete this project and release it. So this is very important. Your motivation is priceless, okay? The one very important thing. I think this is really important in any way. I told about project you liked. Yeah, maybe I can talk about another subject and finish the last live stream. The experience level is very important. For example, if you are going to work on a project that will take 6 months, and if your team's total experience level, years about subject should be higher than the project, the time required to complete the project. For example, let's say, as I told before, you're gonna work on a project that should be completed in 6 months, and if you are the only one working on that project, and if you have maybe experience more than 1 year on similar kind of projects, that would be okay. But if it is your first project and if you don't have enough experience about making games or coding or designing graphics or whatever you are going to work on that project and game, you have to consider very simple, very easy to make project. Because if especially indie developers want to make bigger projects, great projects, and they start very big projects, very hard to handle projects, and at the beginning it's gonna be very motivating, yes, but after several months you will have really hard obstacles in front of you. You have to learn many things to overcome the problems in the project, and sometimes you will find yourself by just adding new features to the project endlessly. I got that point in spacecraft. For example, in spacecraft, the game has a really great save load system. It saves and loads every information on the scene. For example, if you have an object and it's animating with some animation clip, it remembers the animation frame, and it remembers the velocity, it remembers links between objects. If you hold an object with the rope and save, close the game, and if you load the game, it remembers the whole shape of the rope and the object linked with that. I think it's a little more than overkill for that kind of game. Think about Elden Rings. Elden Ring doesn't even save all the things in the scene. It just respawns all the creatures. It saves a few of them if you killed them, or for example, if you killed a boss, it will not be respawned, but most of creatures would be respawning. So adding unnecessary features are very easy to fall trap. So keeping things extremely simple for your projects, if you are small team or a solo developer, very, very important. So, okay, another very simple topic I can talk about, the R&D and the knowledge. Let's say you are going to work on a game that you know how to make it 80%, and you have 20% of unknown stuff in that game. It is okay. 20% R&D is okay for a project, but if you have to do 50% R&D in that project, it is really huge. Even if you know everything about the project, after you start it, you will be encountering unplanned obstacles, and it wouldn't be very easy as you thought in the beginning. So more than 20% of research and development time. I'm not talking about coding on C# or JavaScript. I'm talking about R&D. So you don't know anything about saving and loading systems, you have to learn it. You don't know anything about multiplayer systems, you have to learn it. I'm talking about that. So 20% is very, very important limit. So know 80% and learn 20% during making that project. Yeah, I think I wrapped up everything about my notes about making a project as a solo developer. Yeah, I think that's all in this video. Thank you for joining me in this video, and please hit subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications, and please like the video if you like, guys. And you can go to description of this video and go that Steam page and download demos and wishlist our games to your wishlist, and get notification when we release the game. And keep in touch, and see you in the next video or live session. Bye bye.